Once again, let's operate the computer, and that will open up our way back, so we don't have to go through that anymore. Let's head up here now that we're done with that, and see what else we can find. Ooh, some new enemies. I have to say, this does remind me of Shinra a bit. All right, let's take on this one at least, and then probably get into a fight immediately with the other one. But we do have some new enemies here, and they get to go first. We have ships that look like nothing from over here, but when they were attacking, it kind of looked like a Star Fox ship. We have arrow guards here. Seriously? Come on. Oh, jeez. 370 damage. 597, are you kidding me? All right, we're gonna go for it here. We're gonna go for a Dassum Slash and see what the arrow guard can take. This is gonna take a lot of damage out of you, though. 890. Serge is pretty damn strong. Serge is pretty damn strong. 1950 for that. And we get our mini level up as well. HP and strength. Just 1 HP for Serge, but 1 strength. That's pretty good. Apparently he needs more strength. HP, strength, and resistance for Fargo. Fargo is now out-strengthening Serge, and his resistance isn't too bad either. Grobik gets HP, strength, and resistance. He's still trying to catch up with strength, but he's doing a decent job, I guess. We get a screw for that. And then we're probably going to immediately get into the next fight. Yes, I'll meet you after this is done. And actually, before we go through this door, which is the one that I want to go through, I do want to explore around a bit because I have a feeling that there is something here that I want to show off at least, if not take advantage of myself. I don't think I need to fight that weak-ass enemy anymore. It didn't even drop the Nadirite for me, so we can leave it alone. If we head down here and start exploring, we can see a record of fate, in case you do want to save after what was a pretty difficult boss fight. That guy usually kills 1 to 2 party members per fight, so you do want to bring revives along. Oh, there is a ghost, so good thing I came here. Ghost, perhaps what we are doing is wrong. If this experiment succeeds, we'll be able to control time. We'll have complete control over history and, in a sense, become a presence, much like God. If so, what meaning is there to the history of mankind? But it's too late now. We can't afford to fail in this experiment. If for some reason anything goes wrong, the anti-annihilation energy will probably overwhelm us. Who knows what the consequences may be? I've always thought about things like that. Like Superman, once he's able to go back in time, does that not make him God? But apparently there's some limitations on that still, but you know, it's up there. You're up there. All right, so where we want to go is through the door. Kind of a weird, just side branch conversation we went on there. But what we want to do is go around the stairs because there is a treasure chest back here with a forget-me-not pot. So in case you did not pick that up before, you can get it now. Remember, I had some difficulty finding this because it's technically an accessory. This is actually a really good time if you want to do it now to equip the forget-me-not pot. It memorizes monsters to be used in the doppelgang ability, but since I'm going to be doing that in its own video, in bonus videos, because I really don't like Sprig, I'm not going to equip that now, and I will show off all of the monsters that we can find for Sprig's doppelgang ability some other time. And we'll have Sprig in the party for that, but it'll be Sprig and 2 people with Forget-Me-Not pot, so it doesn't matter who kills anybody. That way it works out for the best for me, at least. But if you want to save yourself some time, and I do mean some time, I would equip that onto Serge and have Serge kill everything because he's doing a pretty damn good job of that right now. No, we already got the mini level ups. There's no reason for me to move forward. Unfortunately, there is no way for me to move forward in the 3rd floor. And what I meant to say before was there's no need for me to fight off these enemies just yet. Even though he went for me at the end there, he did not do it. I had already locked into going into the next floor. Uh-oh, lasers! No! Technically, you don't have to fight this guy, but I feel like I should. And we'll leave him on screen because we'll see if they can get a move in this time, more than just that one basic attack. But God, they take so much damage. It didn't even do damage. It didn't do anything. There we go. All right, now let's go for the same thing. You know, let's try a Luminaire. See if that does a little bit more damage to him. Dash and Gash has been, or Dash and Slash, sorry, has been doing a lot of damage for me. 438. Yeah, Dash and Slash. I keep on mixing it up with Glent. Dash and Slash does so much more to a single target than Luminaire does. So if you're up against a single target, go for the Dash and Slash. I don't think I ever really experimented with that before, but definitely. We're doing over 900 with the Dash and Slash these days, so go for that instead of the Luminaire if you just got the one enemy. Alright, well, I gave him another shot. Didn't work out too well for him this time either. I believe that I want to head up here for a security level 2 lock. Please release the lock. Unfortunately, I can't go up there first, so let's head this way and see if we can't find a way to unlock the lock. Ooh, Denaturite. They're just walking around for me to take. I want the Denaturite. That's all I see now is walking Denaturite. They're not difficult at all. They're just waiting to give me Denaturite. I'll take on both of those guys. With those guys gone, we can explore a little bit around here. We can see the elevator, which is locked, unfortunately. And this is not a path that you can go down. There is a little platform there preventing you from moving forward. Also, there's a wall there, I assume. So let's head through the door. And here we can find a gigantic map of the game. Not the entire world, but our portion of the world. Let's talk about this, huh? This is gonna be important. Originally, El Nido was nothing but ocean, but pay attention here. I know we got a couple guys standing on the map, but they're not standing anywhere important. You can see the Sea of Eden over on the right, and you can see Gaia's navel over on the bottom left. Everything else that is important is gone. There's still what I assume are coral reefs around, but there are no other islands. The El Nido archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago, a plan to include islands blessed with nature in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, Black Dragon Isle, which we have not referred to that island that way because it is labeled in the game as Marbul, but indeed there is a Black Dragon Isle, so to speak. The development of elements using the energy of the natural world. The distribution of memory terminal devices called the records of fate that could survey and guide people's lives. The research center staff who had their memories of the future erased left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Fate's paradise came into existence. And for over 10,000 years, Fate has been watching over and guiding the descendants of the staff who left this research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. That is until 14 years ago, when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. All right, there was a ton of information there. Let's try to go over it slowly. Pretty much everything here on the map, right? Black Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, I believe, Sky Dragon Isle, Guldove, I believe was there before. Earth Dragon Isle, Sky Dragon Isle, Isle of the Damned, and the main continent here. Those, and the SS Zelbas over here, is that what I see? That was all created by something that we're calling Fate. And even though we don't necessarily know what it is, I'm starting to get the impression we're not talking about, you know, the mythological fate that guides all of our lives, this unseen force. I have a feeling they're talking about something specific here. But This was all created 10,000 years ago by something called Fate, and all of the inhabitants here were former research center staff that had their memories of everything that goes on over here erased. And then they were sent out into the world to be one with nature. And all of the elements that we see were created by Fate. Also, the records of Fate are actual creations of Fate, and they were distributed around the world so that Fate could help guide everyone's lives, including our own, even though the records of Fate in this game don't necessarily tell me what to do. They did tell other people what to do. You might remember that near the beginning of the game when we were in Arnie Village, and they said that the villagers there said that they were lining up for the record of Fate to tell them what to do. This didn't happen in any other part of the game as far as I could tell. I was trying to look for that. Nobody was lining up to use the record of Fate anywhere else except in Arnie Village. But the records of Fate are used for that, if that makes sense. And everything was going according to this entity called Fate, until Serge came here 14 years ago and came into contact with the flame and just threw everything into multiple dimensions or something. Also, there's kanji here. I can see that there is kanji, but I cannot make it out at all. It looks like it's the same thing printed twice. Once on the screen over there, one on the panel over here. Even if I could make out what it said, I wouldn't know what it meant. I have no idea. But it looks like there is something there. Also, there's a ghost over here. Where was the lock release for the elevator again? My mind's been blanking out lately. It's actually right here. Security level 2 locked, releasing lock. Alright, we did the trick, and we can't do anything over here. So, Serge apparently can't read Japanese either, or at least whatever is going on over there.